for my son, he won't in my eyes, all I do is hustle. I'm ready to rumble, feel like I ain't muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we right. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah we it's magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me, do you like how it tastes? Shawty, use up, can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried, I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes. On the road, this crazy, I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up and look like I'm foreign cars, driving fast, I never done this before. Yeah, drown out my problems, let me point up and it's magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing.
Coach, the baseball regular season is wrapping up across the parking lot, but football season in full swing now at Kansas City. The scene just a few moments ago, predictably loud and raucous here at Arrowhead as their beloved Chiefs took field, and they are set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. This one taken from the 7.
Let's go, Tyreek. He's gone. He better not let him
There he goes outside. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A 93-yard kickoff return as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So a heck of a start to this one. We haven't even gotten settled in already in the end zone on the opening kickoff.
And you know what happens, too? Now you got to translate what that means, because I think for the team that just scored, their defense, I think they'll be more aggressive now. They'll be bolder. They're playing with a lead and an early one and some momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you'd better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get another big score and a big one early.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got to jump here. So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
Check out, bro. Hot. He's coming. He's coming. We got double. Hey, check Mike 6, Mike.
Now it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Third and 2. Here's Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Chris Jones in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to fourth down. So on fourth down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And it's Chiefs football. First and 10. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up first and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. Now a man who really came on late last year, it's Damian Williams. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on.
Mike's 57, 57's Mike. In your face.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go. That's caught inside the 20. Give him 32 on the play.
I don't think we'll ever get enough of watching one-handed catches, and when they pay off, they are spectacular. But how about the times they don't pay off, and coaches go, two hands still works.
I know, but they go for them so often now that I'm almost starting to take them for granted.
Yeah, that's unbelievable, isn't it? Because these are sensational-type plays.
Especially that one with a defender right there. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. LaShawn McCoy, the 31-year-old running back, his first carry. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Hey, 43, 15.
Looking to throw on second down. Mahomes gets this one to Hill. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 11 yards there, first down. Working from the gun, Mahomes.
And a lot of people.
And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Number 6.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. A gain there of 21 yards. Well, Snead figures to be an important veteran presence for Lamar Jackson. 2 years ago, it was a disappointing 2017 for Snead. That was in New Orleans, but then had a bit of a bounce-back campaign a season ago in his first go-around with Baltimore. 62 catches, 650 yards. Did have surgery in the offseason on his left index finger, but back to full health and ready to go. A gain of 3, 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the screen. Slam, slam, slam.
Jackson. There goes a deep ball. End zone.
Come on,
almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, Jackson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive, and they will start this drive with just terrible field position backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a 1-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
I'm going back to you.
Mahomes now to throw. Flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City 1st down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Now a 1st down carry here for McCoy. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw is Mahomes. He's going to loft one deep, and this will be caught at the 30. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 43 yards. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. They'll run on first down. It's McCoy. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
From the 24, Mahomes flushed out right. Oh, it'll be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. That one good for 26 and a first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Check 3, check 3.
On 1st and 10, it won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Watch the safety crease.
On 2nd down, Ingram. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And he's got Snead. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
Break over there, man.
Ready. Back 6. Yeah, I got you. Back 6.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. It's complete to Snead. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Well, that's how you convert on 3rd down with an explosive gain of 34. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On second down, it's Ingram, and they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Might as well go for it.
And it bangs off the right upright, no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So from nothing less there than chip shot distance, a tough miss from the right hash mark.
Well, this is just a wobbler. I mean, he knows he's got to get it going left, but that was right all the way.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
And he'll be out right at the 35. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Mahomes now on first down. And going deep for Hill.
Got him again.
Got him again. 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Butker on for the PAT. And it is now 21-0.
You want a new dude in the league, eh? Yeah, man. Chad might be mad at him, man. He told me don't beat up on
now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. From the 31, Jackson trying to lay one up deep. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the rookie from UVA, Ron Thornhill.
Go home. Go home. Go home, my nigga.
Take this one home. It's a touchdown. Butker now to add the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Sometimes be your game, sometimes like last game, win my game. I couldn't get nothing on. It's like the game, it was meant for him to win the game.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Normally, I'm preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Jackson to throw again. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
What?
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Being chased down left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
They go play action here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards to pick up there. Well, with Damian Williams, it's notable that the Chiefs didn't make a play to go after a big-time running back in the offseason. The coaching staff said back in May they didn't want running back by committee. They trusted Williams to be their starter. You remember last year he was forced into the starting role the final 3 games of the season due to attrition, and he really excelled. And then he was excellent in the playoffs against the Colts and Patriots. Strong indicator that he was ready to be the bell cow. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the first down carry. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. From the 36, Mahomes rolling to his left. And he's going to keep it here. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 14.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it.
Let's get sack lunch. Hero 15. Twist. Watch twist. Out. 15.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. He's going to take off with it, and he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and that'll be second down. On second down, Williams. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Caught here by Bell. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. They'll try and get it home with Sherman, the fullback. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Now someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
2nd down and goal. Mahomes escaping the pressure right.
Come on,
Back in the
man.
end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes keeping it himself from a yard out as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And sometimes you just put it in the hands of your quarterback, let him take you home.
And you just know the NFL playbooks nowadays have gotten just a little bit thicker because run series involved now, and we just saw the evidence of it.
Do defenses hate that?
Drives them crazy because the quarterback is usually not a guy that runs the football. You cover everyone else, and all of a sudden he waltzes in on you.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. They run once more with Edwards. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. We're back now in KC. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 8. To throw is Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Here's Sam Cook now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Oh, it's a wobbler here. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
That one good for 26 and a first down. Mahomes going to throw.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play. And sometimes
and he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Taking it in from 4 yards out as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now it's Jackson. Steps away to his left. And that's incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
The Ravens on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Jackson from the shotgun. And this one complete to Seth Roberts. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. 4th down, here's Jackson. And this is incomplete. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
On 2nd down now, it's Williams. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
50 seconds to Mike. 50 seconds.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
58 to Mike, 58.
Mahomes going to go on 4th down. Flush to his right. They complete it to Hill. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a 1st down. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the 1st down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
We'll see what his offense can do. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. Throwing is Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. He finds Roberts, complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven 1st down. Jackson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Edwards now on 1st and 10. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson gets this one to Hill. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain there of 21 yards. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Mahomes. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. Mahomes now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Got his man, it's Williams. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try. And again, it's Mahomes. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker? And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Chiefs, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.
Dash, got it on.